right, I know my worst nightmare. You're in a plane and the door falls off.
That is really scary. Absolutely. I'm glad no one was injured on the ground either.
It landed in a good place on a golf course. Hey, Bonnie, how's the weekend looking?
Well, the weekend's looking okay. We do have some exceptions, Susan. We're still monitoring subtropical storm Beryl, and you can see it will impact the weather along the Carolina coast and much of northern Florida, northeastern Florida for today and tomorrow as landfall is expected tonight. Elsewhere across the country, it is really heating up across parts of the Mid-South into the 90s for many locations, and that means temperatures will be about 10 degrees above normal. So I know a lot of people will be outdoors today. Make sure you take breaks, and if you exercise outside, drink lots of water. It's going to be a scorcher. Severe storms are possible in the upper Midwest, and we still have that fire threat across parts of the Southwest due to strong winds. Look at these temperatures. They are soaring all the way up into the mid-90s as far north as Chicago. So it is unseasonably hot out there for today for this holiday weekend. Looking a little cooler as you head up to the northeast with temperatures right around 69, 70 degrees in Boston. Elsewhere, we are also monitoring some cooler weather. I'm looking for that now, and we don't have too much of it. Billings, you'll get a high of 51. Susan?
97 in New Orleans. You know it's hot there.
Yeah.
Bonnie, thanks. MIT to figure that one out.
That's what they're doing at MIT.
It took years. It's a huge problem.
Funny. Okay.
Hey, Bonnie.
All right. Well, we are looking at an interesting weather pattern for much of you. If you're barbecuing outside, I'll tell you, you may want to bring everything indoors today. It's going to be really hot across much of the country, all the way from Chicago down to New Orleans. We're looking at scorching temperatures that are about 10 degrees above normal, 15 degrees above normal in some areas. We're also impacted right here along the Carolina coast through northern Florida due to subtropical storm Beryl. Now, this storm system could pack some winds as high as 40 miles per hour or stronger, with gusts stronger, and some heavy rain. We could see several inches coming into the area. And for those of you that are heading to the beach or already there, just keep in mind, even if it's not raining where you are, you run the risk for rip currents. We had some unfortunate weather yesterday that really produced a lot of rip currents, and I think today that'll be a concern. And remember, never swim in an area where there is no lifeguard. It's very, very dangerous. Hot temperatures, as I mentioned, from Kansas City all the way to Chicago. Even Minneapolis gets up to 92 degrees. Cool and lovely across much of the California coastal areas, but really much of the country is getting kind of a surge. This is the unofficial start of the summer, Memorial Day weekend, and we are feeling it, Susan, with temperatures like these.
Yeah, it looks like California is the place to be for the cooler temperatures.
Cool weather, right.
Bonnie, thanks. Obviously, this is not something we usually talk about for Memorial Day, but you have the latest on it.
That's right. You know, usually we don't see tropical systems begin until after hurricane season starts, which would be June 1st. But this has not been a typical year. We're already on the letter B, and hurricane season has yet to begin. So looking at subtropical storm Beryl, it's definitely more organized today than it was yesterday, and we are expecting a landfall sometime later this evening. And then it kind of loops back up to the north, impacting areas of northern Florida all the way up to Charleston, South Carolina. As you saw earlier, Tybee Island was just one example of dangerous swimming conditions that will persist not just for today, but into Monday. Rip currents are going to be a concern up and down this region because of that rough surf. And I know the surfers are all excited about it, but I have to tell you, it's dangerous. Even if you're an experienced swimmer, you can't escape a rip current just by swimming with it. You really have to kind of swim parallel to the shore, get away from it, and then come in. And I also want to advise, never swim in an area where there is no lifeguard. Susan?
All right, some great advice during this long weekend. Bonnie, thanks.